know, possibly we have Antoine Russell versus Rayo Venezuela. Now, what you think about that matchup and possibly Richardson facing the winner?
Well, I don't know who. Um,
Rayo?
Ryan. Oh, Ryo.
Yeah, you
Ryo.
know.
Oh
Yeah, you
yeah,
know.
Ryo. Oh, that's the same way too. Dang,
140.
that's a. So this is all 140. 140 is back stacked again, guys. Got some good fights in 140.
It is the fight.
Some good fights and some good possible fights. I didn't realize all those guys are in 140 pounds. That was my old weight class. You know, I love that weight class.
Mhm.
Yeah. So shout out to all those guys in the division, man. 140 stack division guys. If you compete in that weight, please, if you see this, work your ass off. Come to the dance, ready to dance. You guys understand what I'm talking about. Come to the dance, ready to dance. Because 140 is a stacked division. 147 is a stacked division. 135 is a stacked division. Man, some good fights, man. This has got me hyped. 2025 is gonna be a lit year. What do you think?
Hell yeah. Definitely a lit year.
This was the last fight of the year over here in the states of boxing, right? Am I correct?
Last fight of the year, you said?
Yeah, like in the states. I know the next big card is. I mean, excuse me. Besides the little shows and things that other
Right.
promoters are doing,
Yeah.
but I'm saying the first main major world titles champion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fights to look out
High
for.
high
100%.
profile of boxing. So this is the last fight of the year. We went out. It was a good year. I mean, listen, let's do a little light recap. I mean, who do you say is the fighter of the year?
The fighter of the year this year?
Yeah.
The fighter of the year. I mean, shit. You
Matter of
can't.
fact, that's something we're gonna come back with tomorrow. We're gonna put a poll up. We're gonna do our homework tonight to check on because there was some good fights this year. We got to
Mhm.
check back in because we don't want to overlook or just not include anybody. We're gonna do a recap and look back, and then maybe tomorrow and throughout the week we'll figure out. Let's see who was the best fighter of the year. Who do you guys think is the best fighter that fought this year that made the biggest impact? Who was the one fighter that made the biggest impact of 2024?
Mm.
It's very,
Def-
very
They have big shockers too with Jalil Hackett tonight.
big shocker. Jaleel Hackett suffers his first defeat tonight in Puerto Rico. Did you watch the fight, Mills? How did it go? I
I
mean, did he
watched the
really
first
lose or
half.
did they take it?
I watched the first half of it, and then I saw so much boxing today.
So the
But
first half, how did it look?
first half, it was so competitive. It was back and forth. I had it like tooth and nail.
People that's been hitting me saying Jalil really lost. I don't. I mean, I haven't seen the fight. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I don't want to pass.
I I know that Jalil wrote on Twitter saying, "I don't want to hear no robbery." You know what I mean? Excuses. You know what I mean? I lost type shit. Like
Hmm.
don't be saying that. Like to hear a young kid say that stuff is just such a great
That's
attitude.
yeah. That's smooth. But
You
it's
don't
still,
get
no
that.
matter what, to take a loss at this early in your career, it's very detrimental.
You know
It's
what it
very.
is? That length was a problem for him. Like he was throwing stuff but not landing. You know what I mean? A lot of the body of work that he did land was in the body though. He did good body work. He's a good body puncher. He's always been.
It's a
But
good body.
that height kind of was a lot for Jalil.
Damn.
Biggest opponent he's ever fought. As far as size is concerned. So I'm gonna definitely watch it over so I can give my breakdown.
I mean, what does this mean? You're sparring with the face of boxing on a daily. You're being hit by one of the most vicious punches in the boxing game today. So, are we saying that? the opponent gave him that much trouble that I don't know. I mean, I didn't see the fight. I didn't see the fight. I don't know what happened yet in the fight. I'm gonna watch the fight, and I'll give my assessment then. But I'm only asking like what happened. I mean, you've been, that's like for me when I was coming up on my come up. I was sparring with Pernell Whitaker every day. So I was, if you watch my early fights, I was blowing dudes away, blowing them away. Good fighters, blowing them away. You know what I'm saying? Because I was, my level of competition of training was, I was with the best pound for pound fighter in the world, Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. I was sparring
Mm.
with him every day, training, running numerous camps, numerous. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was nothing, easy to hit, super fast, hell of a body puncher. You know what I'm saying? I learned so much. I learned so much. You know what I mean? So I'm
I
just
mean,
saying, when you're in camps with a level of opposition like that, that takes your game to the next level. So my confidence was here. So when I got in the ring with guys that was, 2-0, 1-0 on my level, I was the fuck out of here. I'm sparring with Pernell Whitaker, pound for pound, the greatest. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? So that's where my confidence came from. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm saying Jalil Hackett also spars with Javante Tank Davis, which is the face of boxing right now, which is one of the most devastating punches in the sport of boxing right now. Is it to say that his work? I mean, was it a bad night, or was he over, or did he really get beat? That's all I'm saying.
right, right. I mean, like I said, for the rounds that I did see, they were very competitive rounds, and I just think that the style matchup, they're just willing to fight anybody, regardless if it's a challenge or not. And I just think that this guy possessed a big reach advantage, and he could fight. So salute to just taking the fight alone. Because guys like Jalil, 9-0, they don't need to be fighting guys like that.
What was the guy's record?
I believe he was like 13-1.
Okay. So is it safe to say that we got to start keeping guys in their zone until they get to that zone?
I mean, listen, talking to Senior yesterday and Jalil Hackett's dad yesterday, Jalil's dad was basically calling out Brian Norman Senior.
Right.
And I mean, calling out his son, saying that's the fight that we want. If you don't fight Boots, we want to fight you. Not saying overlooking him, but kind of just saying, that's the fight we want if we can get past Jose Ramon. So now we're here. He takes the L.